want him to mainly stop. Feel that pressure. Feel me controlling that foot, and just kind of stop like that. Find a spot to stop. You can take leading by the hind foot as far as you want. You can teach him to lead backwards by that foot. You can teach him to lead forward by that hind foot also. You can take it as far as you want, but for right now, my big thing that I'm looking for is just being confident with that, kind of not fighting it. Maybe if I ask him to bring that foot forward like that, he'll keep it there for me. Maybe ask him to bring that hind foot up just a little bit more underneath him, and then maybe I can set it down right there. So that was a lot softer. He's not fighting that rope. He's starting to understand what's going on, the communication, the pressure, giving to the pressure, and being confident with it. Ask him to stop. Every time that foot leaves the ground, a little bit of pressure, 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 and just go with him. It's not going to happen overnight. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen. Seems to always be easier on the front feet than it is on the hind feet. Better. There we go. I like it. I like it. So shape it up that when he feels that pressure, he stops. And then, like I said before, you can take it any direction. You can lead him backwards. You can lead him forward. You can ask him to bring his foot towards you and put his butt towards you. However you want. Take it however far you want. Got my horse leading pretty good. Front feet, back feet. So now I'm going to have one leg hobble him. Good. The dog saw something he didn't like. So when I'm hobbling this front foot, I'm going to keep my lead rope short in my left arm and just kind of drape it over my arm so that I can grab it if I need to. I'll ask him for this front foot. Put the loop over his foot like that. And then I'm going to take this rope, and I'm going to wrap it around his leg like this. Now, before everybody starts freaking out and saying, oh, he's tying that leg up, he's being mean to the horse. This is exactly how a farrier holds the foot to shoe him. That's exactly where the foot's going to be when I'm picking his feet out. All this is him standing balanced and figuring out how to shift his weight and how to stand balanced. Like I said earlier, they get really bothered when they're off balance, and that really bothers them. So this will teach them to stand balanced. And you can do this on on the front 2 feet. I wouldn't do it to the back feet, but both front feet. That's good. With his foot up like that, can I rub on him? Can I pet on him? Rub down that leg, rub down this back leg. Can I rub under his belly? Can I come over here on this side? Rub on him over here. Rub down this leg. And if he gets bothered, nothing's tied hard and fast, so if he gets bothered by something, I still have control of his head with my lead rope, but I can take this rope off his hind foot, or off that front foot, and let that rope down if I needed to. I can take my rope, run it behind both front legs. Run it behind both front legs. Still having this lead rope draped over my arm. I can add a little bit of pressure there. And here what I'm doing is I'm kind of asking him to move off, but I want him to start feeling that rope. I want him to start feeling that rope around both of his legs. I want him to kind of start thinking about what's going on. Obviously, he's not too fond about it. That's good. Good. Leading from that pressure. All right. I'll put a little bit of pressure on the rope on his left side. Ask that right front to come forward. Like that. Ask him to square those front feet up for me. So after he checks out on the flag around his legs, on the rope being worked around his legs, after he's checked out on packing the rope around, after he checks out by me leading him by all 4 feet, after he checks out on both feet, asking him to stand in a balanced manner, after I put the rope around both front legs, kind of put him in a constricting situation, but still asking him to yield from pressure after he checks out from that, then and only then will I pull my hobbles off of my saddle and hobble him up. Hobbles are on. If I have a horse that has a real issue with hobbling, I might hobble him above the knees. I generally don't start hobbling them down there below the fetlock for a while, just because it's a little bit low, and there is a risk that if he's really fighting, he can get a hind foot maybe over those hobbles. He picked up his foot, he felt that pressure and put his foot down. That's fantastic. I actually want my horses to kind of test these hobbles a little bit. I want them to feel them and know they're there, and I want them to feel them, know they're there, and then relax and realize that, oh, well, there's that pressure. I guess I just better relax and stand kind of square. I'll always hold on to the lead rope just so that if I need to, I can help him out if I can. He's gonna move his, I'll kind of walk around him. I'm not really wanting him to move his feet. It's not right or wrong, but I'm just kind of creating energy around him, trying to see how he's gonna react. Petting on him, doing this kind of stuff around him. Nothing right or wrong. Checking out pretty good. Now, just so that he knows that he is hobbled, I'm actually going to lead him forward. I'm going to kind of encourage him to lead forward, mainly the first few times that I'm hobbling, just so that they know that they're there. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for him to say, oh, I tried. Oh, gee, golly, something's on my feet. I can't go, but I'm not going to freak out. Nice licking, chewy, staying very calm. So this is the first time this horse has ever been hobbled. He's had about 30 rides on him, so he's starting, he knows what pressure is. He knows where pressure is applied. He's going to yield from it. So he's not green on pressure, but he's very green on being hobbled. It's his first time. And those are some steps that I take to get a horse prepared for hobbling. And I do those steps before I hobble any horse. I don't just put them on and then turn them loose and say, have at it, have a rodeo, have fun. I don't do that. There's a better way to do that. And this way's better, in my opinion. Hey, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to increase the time that I am away from my horse. So I'm just going to what I mean by that is I'm just going to kind of throw the lead rope over his back, and I'm going to kind of walk around him so that he's starting to associate standing still with the hobbles, not standing still necessarily because maybe I'm in his presence, if that makes any sense. And I'm just going to kind of walk around, rub on him, and then over time, I'm going to increase the duration that he stands hobbled. I'm not just going to hobble him up and have him stand, for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, half a day. I'm going to build up to that. So just start to build that duration gradually. Don't just kind of throw him to the wolves. Do everything nice and gradual so he starts to understand, and it's not such a steep learning process for him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take his hobbles off. And what I do after I take my hobbles off, I give my horse a sign that he's no longer hobbled. And what I do is I just take the hobbles off. I'm already down there, so I'll just pick up a foot. Now, he backed up on me, and that's fine because this is his first time doing it. But I'll pick a foot up and say, hey, you're not hobbled anymore. Then I can lead him away. I know some guys, they'll take the hobbles off and then maybe ask the horse to take a step sideways or something like that. Totally fine, but just give your horse a sign that, hey, you're not hobbled. You're free to go. Follow me, and we can lead off. So
that's a little bit about hobbling. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry about the wind, but that's just something that we deal with out here when you're working outside. So take care, stay safe, have fun. See you guys next time.